This is Lady A Ward. Welcome once again on our YouTube channel. Please do us a favor, click like and share. There you'll be able to see all of my music videos along with the courses that I teach. Thank you everyone for joining in. Hi Facebook, hi Instagram, hi to Ward's podcast and all of his viewers as well. We're dealing with something that is very important for the ladies on this week. We are still talking about staying safe in your relationship. I'm just going to do a recap on what we did, what we talked about yesterday, and we're going to deal with a different subject, but we're still in the same area what we're going to talk about. Yesterday we talked about staying safe on your date. This is for the ladies. We're going to be dealing with this all week. So if there's someone that you think that would benefit from this, if there's someone that you think that is having issues and you are concerned, you want to make sure that they get these broadcasts. We started the first one Monday. We're going to end up Friday. Okay, so let's just do a little recap of what we did, what we talked about yesterday. Yesterday we talked about just going on a date. This is someone that you may have met in the store. You could have been walking somewhere. You could have been at you know, anywhere, grocery store, where you go to exercise, just being out and about, someone that you just met. You could also have met this person online as well. So this is someone that you maybe really not know. Sometimes you could know them, but we're talking about yesterday of staying safe. The first thing I want to tell you guys is when we're dealing with the opposite sex, and I'm talking to the ladies now, and as far as a male, the majority of the time that male can stay on their best behavior anywhere between 3 to 9 months. Within that time frame, if you sit back, watch, and listen and pay attention to them and really focus on what they do, you will find out things about that individual person within that time frame. Usually between 3 to 9 months. Could be a little sooner depending on that person, or it could be longer than that. But within anywhere between 3 to 6 months, you'll find out what that individual is about. Okay, so we talked about, I gave you tips on staying safe when you go to your date. The first thing I gave you was when you go to your date, you want to try to go in a public place. I suggested a cafe. A cafe is not open late. They're open from the morning times to maybe 4 at the most. It's a cafe. It is there open in the morning time. Why? This is someone that you're just meeting. You want to be around where there are people. People tend to change their personality after it gets dark. So if this is someone that you are just meeting, and you want to just go out and just kick it to try to get to know them, I suggest that you go to a public place. Public places could be different places. It could be at a skating rink. It could be, you know, a movie theater. It's a little dark in there, but you would have to use your own suggestion if you feel comfortable with doing that. A restaurant. I would prefer a restaurant is a little more better. Try to stay away from going out after a certain time. That is if you feel comfortable. If you feel comfortable with that individual, hey, go for it. Go after 6, 7 o'clock. Depends on how you feel with that individual. If this is someone, hey, that you're just now meeting, you don't know what they're about, you don't know who they are, I suggest that you meet them somewhere in the daytime. That was one safety tip that I gave to you ladies. I also gave have a friend to go with you. That is a good suggestion. You can have someone to go with you. If you're nervous, if you're scared, if you don't know what you know, how this person look, or you just don't know what's going to happen on the first date. You know, you're a little anxious, you're excited, but you also are curious as well. So you could take a friend with you. Another tip, you can have a friend that is already waiting at that destination. That friend is not there to be nosy, but really they are there to be nosy. They're really there to watch over over you to make sure that everything goes smoothly with you. So you can go with a friend. You can have a friend also meet you there. Another tip that I gave you for you guys is to try, make sure that your trusted person, that trusted friend has your contact number. Make sure that that trusted friend knows where you are. They need to have the location and the phone number where you are. You guys should communicate before you even go to your destination. We also talked about code words. Code words. You could have a code word with you and your friend to let your friend know. Your code word could be any word that you and your friend come in agreement with, and that code word could either be, hey, I done gave you the code word. This means that I'm in trouble. Help, come and get me. Call authorities. Or your code word could be, hey, everything's going okay. Your friend could call you. You could talk. Pretend like they're calling you, just saying, hey, let them know I'm busy. Give them the code word. What is the code word? Is it the good code word or is it the bad code word? Make sure that you have those things together. Again, this is keeping you safe, ladies. Another suggestion that I gave out to you was never, ever, ever allow that person to pick you up. Not on the first date. If there's someone that you is comfortable with, if it's someone that you have been knowing, fine, go for it. You feel comfortable with them, that is fine. You still want to make sure that that trusted friend that you have always know where you are until you get more comfortable in that relationship. But never allow that person to come and pick you up. Okay? You want to be able to get away safely if something goes wrong, if something happens out of the unordinary, if you don't feel comfortable, if you are not comfortable with that date. Hey, you might go out on that date. You might say, I don't like this. This is not going well. Okay? You want to be able to get away. You don't want to have that individual to have to take you. Now, some people may not have transportation. Guess what? We can always fix that. You can have someone to drop you off and you can have them to pick you up. That is safe. You could call an Uber if there's something that you want to do. However you want to do it. I suggest that on your first date, don't allow that individual to pick you up. Why? You want to be able to get away if it comes down to that. And you want to be able to leave when you get ready to leave, not when that person suggests it's time to leave. A little side note, always have a backup plan. What is your backup plan, ladies? What is your backup plans? If something happens, how you're going to get away? If something happens, what are you going to do? Who are your contact people? Okay, do they know your address where you are? Do they know when you're planning on coming back? You need to have a backup plan always when you're going on your date. Okay, I also gave you always have extra money. Always have extra money. You need to be able to get to one destination to the next. If you need to call an Uber to get out of whatever it is there or wherever you guys are, you need to make sure that you have money. Sometimes when you are on a date, that male may not pay. They may leave. They may not be interested in you. They might say, I'm going to the bathroom. Oh, I need to make a call. It has happened and you're stuck there with the bill. Make sure that you have yourself covered. Again, we talked about always leaving your phone number with a trusted friend. Make sure that your trusted friend knows where you are at all time and they have your contact number. Always make sure, this is a good suggestion, that they have your code word. Code word meaning if it's good, and a code word meaning if it's bad. If it is bad, your trusted friend should automatically know what to do. Why? Because you have talked over the plan. Good. Okay. Number 3, I also talked about when you're out on your date, watch how they interact with individual people. Watch how they interact with the waitress or the waiters. Watch how they talk to them. Do they sound demanding? Are they upset because their food didn't come back? That is very important for you. That is something, ladies, for you to watch out. That is going to entail how they will interact with you. Sometimes if things does not go so smoothly, sometimes if it doesn't go smoothly, You want to know how that individual is going to act. A lot of times, if they act like that with someone else, guess how they're going to act with you. Okay, so just keep in mind those little things. That's what we talked about yesterday. And I left yesterday and I said, ladies, one very important thing is that I'm not really going to get into it that much tonight, but we talked about, the last thing that I said was, do not, I repeat, this is very important. This is where situations can happen and we can get into trouble. Do not lead that person on. Do not lead that person on. Do not tease that person. Okay? Unless you're just going to be into that. If you're not going to be into that, don't tease that person. Okay, allowing that person that you're going to do something, and then when it comes down to it, you're not. Okay, that will bring up a big situation that we do not want to get into. Okay, that can cause some things to happen. Okay, so do not leave that individual on unless that's just what you want to do. Okay, so let's remember that. That's just a side note. Okay, tonight we are going to be talking about, so now you are living with the individual or you are now married. One of the two. You're either living with them or now you are married. So you hopefully by now, if you are in that situation where you are living with that individual or you are married to that person, hopefully you just did not jump into that situation without sitting back and watching and seeing how that person is before you made that decision to do that. Again, usually for males, not all the time, they will show you what they are about, how they interact, what's going on with them within, and they can stay on their best behavior anywhere between 3 to 6 months. Some will show you who they are before that time. Some will show you who they are later than that. If I have some males on here tonight, I need you to let me know if that is correct. But pretty much, to my understanding, anywhere between 3 to 9 months. So within that time, 3 to 6 months, they're going to let you know what they are about. They're going to let you know if you're the one. You're going to watch and you're going to see this. So hopefully by the time that you are living with this individual, and yes, we know you still learn some things as you are living. You still learn more things as you are now married. But we want to make sure that we try to get and we know the most important parts. Are you abusive? What are you into? Are you into some freaky stuff? Do you have a temper? Some of those things we want to try to know before we get ourselves locked into something that is hard for us to get back out. Okay, let's look. Do not rush into a committed relationship until you do these things, ladies. Okay? Number 1, you want to check, you want to watch, and you're going to listen. This is all we need to do, ladies. We just need to watch and we need to listen. Okay? We're going to watch to see if they have a temper. We're going to watch how they interact with people. We're going to watch to see if it's something that I disagreed with. How did he act? Did he blow off the handle? Did he go all around the corner and it wasn't really all of that? We're going to watch and see how his temper is. How does he interact when he gets upset? We're going to watch. Number 2, are they a jealous person? We're going to watch how they act. Maybe I could be on the date with this individual and maybe a friend could walk up and say, hi, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a long time. How is the family? We're going to watch how that person, how that individual person that we are now with, how they act. We're going to watch how they act. Okay? Are they jealous? Are they jealous of you because someone speaks to you? Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Number 3, are they demanding or bossy? Pay attention to that. Are they demanding or are they bossy? we need to watch and kind of sit back and kind of look and see. The reason why we want to watch these things is because when we get into a relationship, lady, we're leading up to abuse, okay? There are a lot of women that are being abused and they don't know how to get out of the situation. They don't think that they can get out and they settle for that, okay? So this is the reason why we're actually talking about this. Now, these are things that we can watch out for to prevent us from getting into that situation. Okay, we want to try to prevent ourselves from getting into that situation. Okay, we're going to deal with when we're in there later on, this week. But right now, we want to talk about we're trying to prevent. Okay, the next one is, we talked about, we said, are they demanding or bossy? The next one, let's watch and see if they work. That's a good one. Let's watch and see, do they work? Okay? Let's watch and see, do they work? And let's pay attention and see, do they live by themselves? Or are they living with a family member? Now we're going to go in and we're going to go to each of these and we're going to talk a little about each of these. So the temper. Temper could mean that they get upset easy, or if you do something they don't like, it could trigger an argument. Okay? I don't want to be with someone that has a temper that is out of control. I might say something that they don't like, and then they may have a temper so bad that they want to hit me upside my head. No, we cannot do that. Okay? That is someone that is not good for you, ladies. You need to pay attention. A lot of times we want to use an excuse and say, oh, he just did it that one time. Oh, he's just having a hard time at work. Oh, he's just having bad situations. No, I don't care what type of day he has had. I don't care what is going on in his life. At no point of time is that he should have a temper with you that is so bad to cause you to think that you're getting ready to get hit. That is a red flag. So these are things that we need to pay attention to. So if he has a temper, you may want to check that on your list and check and say, uh-oh, maybe this is not the one. Pay attention to that. We see signs before we're in a situation. We do. We already see the signs. We see the signs. Okay, so a temper, it is very, very important. That could cause you some issues once you're living with that individual, once you done got married. More than likely, you have already seen that within that 3 to 6 to 9 months. Jealous. A person that is jealous can cause some bad situations to happen in a marriage or in even if you're living. They don't want you to have friends. If the opposite person comes and speak to you, they will get an attitude. And that can cause some issues. If I am with someone that is jealous of me, you could be thinking that someone is trying to talk to me and they're not. Ladies, if that is going on, you need to check it on the list and let's pay attention to it. Are they a jealous person? Are they jealous when someone just says, hey, and it could be your girlfriend. It could be your sister or your brother. Hey, I like that outfit you got on. Where'd you get that from? And then here they go acting like an attitude. You know what? Are they jealous of you? Are they jealous because you got a promotion on your job? You know, you go to your husband and, you know, and you, or your boyfriend, your significant other or whatever, and you say, hey, I got a promotion. And they don't even say anything. No, congratulations, you know. Well, you know, what is it about? They don't sound interested at all. Are they jealous of you? Pay attention to that. Because if you're around someone that's jealous of you, that is a door that is going to block you from going to your next level in life. Why? Because they're always going to say something negative. No, you shouldn't do that. No, you shouldn't. No, I don't think that that's going to work out. See, they will always bring negative things and suggestions to you to keep you going forward. So ladies, we need to watch for that. Is that individual a jealous person? If it is, check. I talked about, is he demanding or bossy? And guys, I am not, let me say this, we are not bashing. The reason, the purpose for this is because we have women that are in bad relationships that are being abused. That is all. We're just trying to prevent this from happening. Okay, so don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. Is he demanding? Demanding on bossy. If someone is demanding on bossy, this is a controlling spirit. Now, let me tell you what happens. You say, I'm going to the store. Well, you need to be back. I know how long it takes for you to go to the store, so I'm going to clock you. You need to be back within 30 minutes. Or you done went to the store. Maybe you done went to the gas station. Maybe you done stopped over your girlfriend's house. Maybe you done did something that didn't have nothing to do with you fooling around in a relationship, but you just ran some errands on the back, to get back to your destination. And that person, you get back and they say, well, I thought I told you what time to be back. Or they done clocked you. It don't take that long to go to the store. Pay attention. That is a controlling spirit. You go in your closet and you want to put on something. They tell you no. You put on this. Okay? No, you cannot get that position at that job. No, you can't go to that church. No, you can't go out with your friends. That is someone that is controlling. That will keep you locked in a box. No, ladies, if that is going on, check, pay attention to it, okay? Okay? Pay attention to it. All right, let's see. Does that individual work? Now, we're not talking about life happens. Sometimes you could lose your job. Sometimes you can get fired on your job. Now, this someone that's getting a job and they're getting fired, then they can only last a month or two. Something's going on. Red flag. Why you keep getting fired? Because I don't want to be in a relationship with you and we come together and we're either living together or we're married and we done said we're going to pay this, and this. But I can't count on you to keep a job 2 to 3 months. Something is wrong. Hopefully you would look at these things before you commit yourself, because it will cause issues in your relationship. So pay attention. Is he someone that keeps a job? I'm not talking about someone that just got fired. Life happens. We understand that. But you need to pay attention to pattern. If you see a pattern where he's not keeping a job, if you see a pattern where he's constantly getting fired, if you see a pattern where every time you turn around, someone done made him upset at work, something is wrong. Check. Pay attention to it. Okay? Now, if he's laid off, we know things are going on right now at this particular time, but you know what I'm talking about. Pay attention to the work pattern, because if he doesn't work, how are you going to eat? Is it going to be a situation where you're going to have to constantly work? Unless you guys have an agreement where y'all came to agreement and said that he don't have to work. I can't do that. I'm sorry, I can't do that. You're we're not going to talk about what Ward does. I'm blessed. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. I am blessed. But unless y'all done came to that agreement, y'all need to sit down and see. But that will cause some issues if you have someone that is not working and does not want to work. Now, we know if you got laid off, if you got fired, that's fine. Get yourself together. Let's get back out there. But now if you see a pattern where this happening over and over again, then we need to see what's going on. You may not want to commit to that relationship. Okay? All right. Let's see. Do they live on their own? Now, again, we know that life happens. There could have been a situation where they lost their job got laid off, job was transferred. Whatever the case may be, maybe they had to move in with someone. But if this situation is happening, you need to watch out for the patterns, okay? Because that symbolizes that if it is a pattern, they can't take care of themselves. That means that they could be lazy. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to prosper. They don't want to move ahead. But they want to, latch on to someone. They want to latch on to an individual so that they can have food, so that they can have shelter. And then at the same time, while they have that, they can still have a controlling spirit. You don't want to do nothing. You don't want your mate to do nothing. Pay attention to those things, ladies. Can they handle themselves? So these are things that we need to pay attention to. Why? Because we're trying to prevent ourselves from getting into a relationship that is not healthy for us. And a lot of times what happens if the individual is going and they have these situations, they have a jealous spirit, they have a temper, they have a demanding spirit, a controlling spirit. These things can cause abuse on you. Why? Because for one, they're not happy with themselves. And when you're not happy, that individual wants to bring you along in that situation. And it could end up as abuse. It could end up as physical abuse. It could end up as mental abuse. It could end up as a spiritual abuse where they don't want you to learn anything about the Word of God. Where they don't want you even to go into the house of God. Those type of things. So this is why we're talking about this. We're trying to prevent this from happening. All right. Listen, before I close, ladies, you are going to always see the signs. What happens is we ignore the signs. That little person that's on our other shoulder that wants us to go ahead. He's just having a hard time. You can change him. Child, don't you do that one. You can change him. You can change him. He's going to be all right. No. If that is going on with that individual, you need to sit back, wait, and watch. Look at those things that I just pointed out to you. It is very important. It could cause you a lot of hurt and pain if you do not pay attention to those things. Look, the last point I'm going to give you tonight, ladies. If you feel uneasy, if something is in your spirit telling you, I don't know, I don't feel comfortable with it, guess what that means? That means you need to wait on your decision. You need to wait on your commitment. God is trying to tell you something, and God is going to show you why you are feeling uneasy. A lot of times we feel uneasy with getting into relationships, and we had that feeling in us, but we ignored it. 3, 4 months, 6 months down the line, we know why. Because we want to get out of it and don't know how to get out of it. And it becomes so big that it's a mess. So if you are feeling uneasy and you are having the thoughts of, I don't know if I should get into this relationship. I don't know if I should marry this person. Hey, hold off on that. Hold off on that. It is very important. Hold off on that. Okay? Remember, take your time before you make any decision living together or marrying that individual. Why? Because it could cost you your life. All right. Tomorrow we are going to be talking about, I am now married, but I am being abused. We're going to be discussing that on tomorrow. I'm with you all week, guys. All right. Once again, this is Lady A. Ward on our YouTube channel. Please do me a favor. Again, press like and share. There you'll be able to see all of my music videos along with my courses that I teach. We will see you soon. Thanks you for watching.